So the next speaker is somebody who has done quite a lot for Moldova, and not only with his charitable work, but also with the various creative ways that he does fundraising. Makes things fun for everybody, quiz nights, etc., balls, and whatnot. So we certainly, in the expat community, are very much value. You like the double meaning there? We very much value having John as part of our community, and I think all the Moldovans I know who know him are glad to have him as part of their community. So please, John.
"14 years ago, when I first arrived in Eastern Europe from Scotland, I was a wannabe actor. I worked in a bookshop and my big dream was to make it big in Hollywood. A fortune teller told me that when I was 34, I would have won my first Oscar. I'm 34 now, and I don't have an Oscar. I'm working for a charity here in Moldova, and I'm nowhere near the cinema screen. So where did it all go wrong? Well, the truth is, it didn't. I love the Oscars. I stay up every year to watch it. And you can always guarantee that whoever gets up on that stage, whether it's George Clooney, whether it's the guy who does the special effects, they're going to stand there and tell you how lucky they are to have the job that they love. Can you imagine that? Having a job that you love. I can tell you, it's possible. How many people here today, and put your hands up, know what you want to do with the rest of your lives? What do you want to do?
I want to be an entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur, excellent. Are you on your way to doing that?
I still have a long way to do this, but I have to learn.
Okay, but you have that dream and that's what you're going to do. Somebody else had their hand up. Who else had their hand up? Come on. Okay, let me ask you another question then. How many people here don't have a clue what they want to do with their lives? Excellent, good. I'm going to put the first slide up here. You might know a song that came out in 1999 called "Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen." It was by the director Baz Luhrmann, and what he did was he took a graduation speech that he read in the Chicago Tribune, and it was advice to other people to say, this is how you should live your life. You probably know the song, there are a lot of good lyrics in there, but this is the one. Can we go back, Lyndon? Sorry. Yeah. I put on a timer, stupidly. So anyway, it's don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with the rest of your life. The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't. And that's something that I ask myself almost every day. What is it you're going to do with your life? On to the next slide is a bit about the organisation that I work for. I came to Chișinău 2 years ago to work for Hospice Angeles from the UK. What we do is we have a team of doctors and nurses and social workers who go out and they meet with children and adults who have life-threatening illnesses, mostly cancer. They go out and they treat them they treat their pain, they go out and support the families, and they're just a friend for them, somebody that they can talk to. I'm really proud to be part of this organisation. My role as country manager is to raise awareness and to raise funds, because what we do, we provide free care. What I do is I go out and I speak to organisations and businesses and individuals to ask them for money. It's a great job and it's a tough job, but like every job, it has its ups and downs. Just want to tell you a wee bit about how I came to be here. When I was young, the first person that asked me what I wanted to do with my life was my sister. She said, "John, what do you want to be when you grow up?" I was 6 years old, and I said I want to be a cow. Now, I really liked animals. I had no idea why I wanted to be a cow, so I decided then that I was going to be a vet or a marine biologist. I'm not very good at science though, so I decided that I couldn't do that. What I did like was music and film. So at the age of 14, I decided that I was going to be an actor. I left school, I got into drama college, and then after a year of that, I got into acting and musical theatre school down in London. This was it, this was my dream, this was me moving forward, getting to be on the big screen. But of course, it didn't happen quite like that. It was too expensive, I couldn't get to London, I didn't know where to get the money from, so what I did was I started writing letters to organisations and charities saying, please give me money so I can be a famous actor. Of course, who's going to give me a yes to that? If only I'd known then what I do now. Where I got to next was, I wasn't very sure where I was going to go next. If we can go on to this is the slide we're on. This guy, William Lionfeld, said, whenever it is possible, a boy should choose some occupation which he should do even if he did not have the money. Now to me, well to you, that might mean something. It means different things to different people, but to me, that means do something that you believe in. I didn't get to recognise my dream as being an actor, but what I did do was I came to Romania in 1998 as a volunteer. I stayed there for a couple of weeks, and then I stayed for another 6 months. And after that, I was lucky enough to get a job in Cluj, working for a Scottish charity. I loved it. Romania really got under my skin. It completely changed my life. But I didn't know what I wanted to do next. So I went back to the UK. I decided that I was going to go back to university and study European politics. I didn't know what I was going to do with that degree, and I still don't, to be quite honest with you. But as you know, some things just don't turn out the way that you expect them, and that was that part of my life. When I was back in the UK, I worked for an energy company for 8 years while I was studying. Through those 8 years, I worked my way up to management and then into human resources management. But I always knew that I wanted to come back to Romania. This part of the world was where my heart is. So one day, I found a job online to be fundraising director for the hospice organisation in Bucharest. 5 months later, I arrived in Chișinău. Basically what had happened was the organisation was going through structural management, they needed to change a few things, and because of my HR background, they sent me here. What do I like about my job? Well, there are a lot of things. Lots of different things. I get to go out and meet people every day, people that really care about the organisation, people that care about what we do. And when you have somebody that trusts in you and trusts what you do, it's a great feeling. When they believe in what you do, when you believe in what you do, you can't get better than that. And that's one of the great things about my job. The one really bad thing about my job is rejection. Now, we go to a lot of people and ask a lot of people for money and help, and more often than not, we get told no. But you can look at that 2 different ways. You can either give up and get out, or you can do what I do, and you can see rejection as a step in the direction towards success. I take rejection as a wake-up call to move faster and further towards my goal. I don't let it get me down. I try. There are great things about my job. I've been on live TV talking about the hospice, dressed in my kilt and making Scottish food. I've had Vlad Falatin and his wife come to one of our events. I've run a half marathon. And these are things that I never ever thought I would be able to do. But the one thing that makes me love my job even more, the one great thing I have about my job, is that I have the opportunity to have an impact on people's lives. Going out and seeing the conditions that our patients live in, seeing the pain that they go through, and being able to make a difference. It's the best thing about what I do, and that's why I do love my job. I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years' time. I don't know where I'm going to be in a year's time. My contract runs out in October 2013, so we're looking for a replacement if anyone's interested. But what I do know is that if by the time I hit 40, and I still don't know what I want to do with my life, it doesn't matter. Because as long as I love what I'm doing, and I'm passionate about what I do, then I couldn't be happy. The last slide is a quote from Confucius. Find the job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. It's true. When you find that job, enjoy it, and cherish it, Yeah, there are going to be hard days, there'll be days when you fail, but there are going to be days when you stand up there and feel like you've won a gold medal at the Olympics. Having a good day and a bad day is absolutely necessary for you to appreciate what you do. I turned 35 on Tuesday. I have 3 days left to win this Oscar that the fortune teller told me 18 years ago that I would. Now I'm a realist. I know that over the next few days, there's no way I'm going to be standing up on any podium, getting an Academy Award from Kate Winslet, but it's a dream. However, I have something better than that. I have a job that I love, and that I appreciate, and that is precious to me.